taking a look at the OUTCAST 4S. You can see there's a stack of tires. Tires, guy, on the left-hand side here. These are Red Cat. That's right. That's right. These are probably my all-time favorite tires because at the time they were exceptionally cheap. When I bought these tires, I think these things were coming at 26 bucks for a set of 2, if I remember correctly. I could be off, it could have been 30, whatever it was. I feel like I paid 26 bucks. And that was a deal. I have placed these tires pretty much on just about anything that will fit these tires. The Traxxas Max had them on, Laser Nut had them on, and obviously the Kaiju, and then, oh, how could I forget? Monster Mojave. So Monster Nut, Monster Mojave, they all had the Kaijus on it, and they are, for me, they're a great tire. Now these things are great too, but it's time for a change. Now something that I wanted you to keep in mind is check out the track width, okay? So you can see you've got a certain amount of distance that you look at when you're looking at the back of the vehicle, okay? Here's that side, here's that side. Now the difference with these is these have a better offset. What I mean by a better offset, Alexa, what is a negative offset?
Here's something I found on the web.
Alexa, explain vehicle offsets.
Here's something I found on the web. According to freepatentsonline.com, toy vehicle track sets have been popular for many years in general.
Oh my God. Alexa, stop. Never mind, Alexa. All right, so what I was going to do is I was hoping that Alexa could explain the difference between a negative and a positive offset when it comes to a wheel, and that's in relation to where it mounts on the hub of the vehicle. So that flat mating surface to where that is, you either have a positive offset, a centerline offset, I think they call it a centerline offset, or a negative offset. So when you have a wheel such as like this that's available on the Kratons, if you notice, you can see the rim surface, you can see the hub. This is what's called a positive offset. Now, this kind of has more of a negative offset, but in reality, this is more of a centerline offset, meaning this section where the hex is more in the center line of the wheel. Now, if this was a negative offset, the negative would be bringing that hub mounting surface out further, pushing the wheel out even more. So when you look inside, you can see, I think you can see in there, I think what I have to do is I have to basically take the wheels off. I'll measure it first, but I'll take the wheels off and then I'll show you the measurement. Now what I'll do is I'll take it from the back side and I'm going to go from an edge of a nub to the edge of a nub, just to be fair, and an edge of a nub to an edge of a nub, even though it is wider, it kicks it out further. You see what I'm saying? Like, see the difference? See where that nut is? See how far that nut is in? This is more of a centerline offset. So what that's going to do is while these tires right here give additional bite, it's also going to kick those wheels out just a little bit. It's not a lot, just a little bit, to be able to, I think, help stabilize the vehicle even more. That's why I like these things, man. These things are what you call mint. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of show you right here what we're looking at. And I'm going to come over onto this number so you can actually see on the tape. I'm going to do this right. So I'm going to drag the tape across. What did I do with the tape measure now? Oh, awesome. Where's the tape? Oh, are you kidding me? I just had the tape. Oh, here it is. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm taking this tape measure, cheap, just tape measure. I'm hooking it on the edge of the knob, bringing it over, and I am coming in at a width. I'm going to go to the edge of the tire. So edge of the tire to the edge of the tire, I'm coming in at 17 3/4. So if you look at that, you can see that's well, it's actually, it's not 3/4, it's 5/8. So it's close enough. So 17 and 5/8 is where you get it, or 17 3/4 just to be fair. Now I'm gonna take the kaijus, so 17 and 3/4, we'll just say that as a number even though it's 17 and 5/8. It's a roundabout, it's not exact, it's just exact enough. So now we're gonna take these, what the heck are these called, copperheads or something? No, backflips. Look at copperheads, I don't know dude, I don't know what the tires are. I know the tires represent whatever the pattern is. Copperheads I think are on the Kratons, and then these backflips are on this because they're for doing backflips. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap out these tires, and then yeah, and I'll take the tape measure and I'll measure it, and you get the overall look. Whoop-de-doo. Whoopee! This is something to do, man. Something to do while it's hot out. So you'll see right away. So I won't move the car. Right? So I won't move the car. I'm just going to take this wheel nut right off. Okay? So you can see. Not going to move the car. Not going to move the car. Come on. Okay. Won't move the car. Take the tire. Stick it on. And literally you can see how much further that's kicked out. So we had 17 and 3/4. It's gotta be at least 3/4 of an inch, I think, extra that this is a gain. So I'll go ahead and do it to this side. Yeah, I know, guy. It's just changing wheels. Who cares? I do. Because Kaiju's a mint. Look at these bad Larrys. These are what you call bad Larrys, man. Almost seems like that pin has moved. You know that? That pin has moved. So, because that pin is sticking out, see that? See that pin? The pin is sticking out. Rotate it to the other side. It's sticking in. So, I caught a flaw. Alright, so we got our first issue. So I'm just going to go ahead and loosen that up. I got to get my tools. I'll be back. And I am back. So what I do need to do, shove this through onto there, loosen, and push that pin to where it's supposed to be, which it's not wanting to push. That's it. The thing is, I wish this tool was just a little bit thicker. Alright. Probably over tightened that this time. Now we'll go ahead and put the Kaiju on there. The wheel nut. Crank. Settle the car down. Now we'll give you the back view to see how much wider that truck is now. Look, this link was pretty much covered before. When looking at it like this, the links were pretty much covered. Now they're exposed, which is fine. It's not an issue. But the thing is, the tape. That's what's going to tell us. So, I'm going to bring it right over to the tread. Just like that. 18 and 3/4, dude. 18 and 5/8. So a full stinking inch. That literally brings it to a full inch, meaning ½ inch per side. That's huge, man. Alexa, how many millimeters is ½ inch?
12.7 millimeters equal ½ inch.
Dude, that's like adding a 12 millimeter extended hex. So forget the M2C pieces of garbage. Just kidding. I just like saying pieces of garbage. So that basically that's like throwing on a M2C 10 millimeter hex right there, just by changing wheels, man. And that thing looks tough. Now, if you're wondering, size-wise, pretty stinking close. If anything, it's going to do a couple of things, and I think I've talked about this before. With that size tire that's on there, it's very slightly smaller, so it's not as tall, right? It's the same width, if not more. So grip strength or grip power, you can see the Kaiju actually has it by maybe ¼ inch. So because the Kaiju tire, because the Red Cat tire, which, what are these? They're just called MTs, right? All-terrain. Yeah, they're just all-terrain MT tires. So they're going to give you an extra ¼ inch of bite. Now, you might not think that that's a lot, but these have a tendency, I want to say, to kind of fold over, where because these are just chunkier, they're softer. I don't know, man. I like these tires. So this tire and wheel set, I think, is going to be a win. So anyways, this is RC Guy Garage. That's basically showing you the wheel swap, or tire swap, technically tire and wheel swap, from a Red Cat Racing Kaiju, which is the V1. They're just all-terrain tires from Red Cat Racing. And it looks nasty, man. I think this thing is going to be a, I'm not going to say the word beast, because everybody says that. It's just going to be killer, man. So anyways, I'm going to be out ripping it up. Hopefully you get a chance to do the same. Stay cool, by the way. It is a scorcher outside right now. But I'm going to get out there and I'm going to rip it anyway, just because I'm having a stinking blast with this Arrma OUTCAST 4S V2. And hopefully if you get one, you'll experience the same positive feelings or positive experiences that I've had with mine. Mine had 2 issues. The 2 issues were rectified. One was rectified by Arrma. They sent me a pre-production truck that I think this is supposed to be available tomorrow. I don't even know. Last I heard, the 22nd was when this thing was for sale. So if it doesn't come with these little end pieces, which they should be, if it doesn't, rest assured, just get them. I don't know. I wish I could tell you right now that the boxes have them in it, but I haven't seen one, so. But I'm switching this thing over to Kaiju's front and rear. Well, it's already on the rear. I'm just throwing them on the front, man. This thing is gonna be sick. The thing is gonna be mint. These definitely provide a lot more grip.